All artworks are incomplete. They require some action on the part of the viewer to complete them. Artworks see us and only reveal themselves if we behave in the right way. The way you stand or sit or walk past an object changes your perception of it. Some years ago I saw a drawing by Bridget Riley that included instructions. It was a preparatory drawing for one of her coloured stripe paintings. Not this one, but one like it. Unfortunately, I didn't take a photo and I didn't note down what I saw, so I have to rely on my memory. Riley had written various notes in the margins, one of which said that the painting was to be viewed from 3 particular distances. Again, I can't remember the exact distances, but one was very close, the second was a few steps away, and the third was from the other side of the room. The instructions surprised me, but having read them, I thought I ought to try it, and found that these stripe paintings work in a different way at each distance. Close to, the colours clash against one another and hurt your eyes. They jiggle up and down and seem to bulge in places. A few steps back, and all this subsides. The colours separate much more easily, and you become aware of how much each colour's identity depends on the colours around it. Blue next to ochre looks different to blue next to lilac. Further back again, and the colours start to blur into one another and form a single variegated field. However, the white stripes are exempt from this merger and take on a structural, rhythmic role, organising the whole canvas. It's difficult to see this on a small picture on a screen, but next time you come across one of her paintings, try it. The paintings respond to the presence of the viewer, revealing different aspects of themselves as you change position. Some artworks require more than this from their viewers. At the bottom of Fra Angelico's Annunciation, in the monastery of San Marco in Florence, are 2 lines of script. The top line is Gabriel's greeting to Mary, "Hail Mary, full of grace, blessed art thou among women." And below that is an instruction to the viewer, which says something like, "Whenever you see a figure of the Virgin, do not pass by without saying Ave." The fresco is at the top of a flight of stairs that leads to the monks' cells. They would have passed it twice a day, and each time we should imagine them kneeling to say a Hail Mary. The words they used were the same as the words spoken by Gabriel, and like him, they knelt in front of the Virgin. This action would have changed their relationship to the painting in a number of ways. Firstly, the painting would not have been just a picture to them, as it is to most of us tourists who visit it now. Praying in front of it made it an instrument of worship. The painting was one of any number of objects through which the monks made contact with the divine. Secondly, their praying involved them in the action of the story portrayed. They did not simply copy Gabriel, but knelt alongside him and said the Hail Mary with him. Finally, the action of the monks changed the sense of time embodied in the painting. For the monks, the picture represented a singular historical event that had happened centuries ago in Palestine, but it was also a spiritual event that happened constantly, now, in an eternal present. Gabriel was always greeting Mary, Jesus was always being crucified, and so on. The physical behaviour of the monks had a profound effect on the meaning of the painting and the kind of experience it offered. Janet Cardiff and George Burrows-Miller have made a number of video walks. You put on headphones, press play, and follow the video as it leads you around a particular location. The videos are full of instructions. Look over there, turn left, follow him through the alley, and so on. As you walk, the picture on the video coincides, more or less, with the scene in front of your eyes. This generates a confusion which is pleasurable and also unsettling. When you hear a noise, for instance, you may be unsure whether it comes from the video or the environment. When someone moves out of frame, you may find yourself looking for them on the street. The effect is quite different from the Fra Angelico, and there's nothing religious in the video walks, but both works evoke the simultaneous presence of different levels or forms of reality and play with the confusion generated between them. In the video walks, there is a blurring of the distinction between past and present, between fiction and reality, and between the immediate and the mediated. The works do not do this on their own, but in cooperation with their viewers, who have to be willing to play along. This is true of all works of art, though for most the instructions remain implicit. The action required of the viewer is sometimes physical, but often mental or emotional. The challenge is to work out just what it is the artwork wants from us. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe.